Hello everyone, PenguinCraftJr here, and we are back for another live stream. So guys, sorry we haven't seen in a while. I know, right? What kind of ancient sorcery is this? But yeah, so, I decided that I want to play some Warzone tonight. So let me get my stream pulled up on my phone. There we go. One thing I need to do first, I need to put myself into a private voice party. Unfortunately, no longer in PlayStation can you put yourself into a solo voice party, so you have to have people involved. So, I can't decide, okay, I'm going to be private, but then if, my friends go online, then I'll add them in, right? I see that I have one person watching. How are you doing? So it is back to the good old PlayStation system, so I can see, when people pop up, right? I can see when you guys comment. I'm just going to do a voice call with Minion and Walker because I have DM'd them saying, hey, you guys want to play? I did got one other friend on the line. They had Modern Warfare, but they must have deleted it or sold it or whatever. I think sold it. They're big into, buying games physically. When they get their use out of it, they sell it and can buy the next game that they want to play. They're big into that, so that's probably what happened, or did happen. But since Warzone's free, they're playing it. They might even get the Battle Pass. So for all the internet memers out there, you will be happy in one more level. I will just say that as it is. You guys will probably pick up on what I'm putting down. But we're actually a little over a little over 2/3 of the way done with the Battle Pass. I tried to clear all of this stuff. Didn't want to work for me. So that is fine. The main loadout we'll be using our Modern Warfare loadout that, our late game loadout as it's called, which is what I'm used to. Something that I might want to do is put in one of the weapons from Cold War, which is the pistol that is a burst fire. I haven't seen its name in forever, so I'm not exactly sure how you pronounce it. So, I'm not even gonna try, but you kind of get what I'm talking about, right? More or less. So yeah. We'll see what happens, in the department of people playing with me. Okay. I need to kind of swap over because I haven't played on console in forever. Woohoo! Last bullet, baby! Bit of Tarkov. It's rough. Literally, it's a horror game. Literally, every time I hear gunshots, I get terrified. And it's worse when it gets shot at me. I mean, hey, if you want adrenaline, just play Tarkov. You'll get tons of it. I wish I was joking. Let's see. Kind of want to go somewhere out of the way until I kind of get my legs again. Let's go lumber. So it's up on D-pad to ping, it looks like. I'm going free look for a hot second. I see a few people falling short for TV station. Right? Yeah, that person seems to be gliding towards TV station, so as the dude below me. Actually, that dude might be going there. Okay. You know what? Oop. Sink or swim time. The only way you get good at a Battle Royale is sink or swim. Ooh, the Pellington. Nice. Cold War rifle. Or sniper. I really need to put the stash on, like, literally everything that I... Let me plate up real quick. If he literally pushed in, he probably would have killed. He jumped? Okay, I think this is another Cold War rifle. Imagine that hit, right? If that hit, I would just, like, quit right now, right? Not really, but you know what I mean. Just shots over here. Sounds like there are shots behind me, too. Need to be careful of that stairwell. Let's go flash instead. Flash instead of stim. I mean, yeah, with stim, we get into a sticky situation, we can easily repair ourselves. But that's really just delaying the inevitable, right? Without armor, you go down in a few seconds. Or less. Fractions of seconds, really. This Pellington's better. Hit for armor. Keep repositioning. Tarkov's taught me anything. The person who stands still dies. Or, well, stays in the same spot, dies. There's someone coming at my 6. That wouldn't be that bad of a gun pickup, but I currently got close and long range fire potential, and the zone is still really big. I saw you. Oh! One shot, one kill. I just head peeked him. Tempting. But what's even more tempting right now is this, really. Kind of feeling a wee bit bloodthirsty. Which, does it tell me? Modern Warfare, okay. So I already have a good amount of XP with it. There we go. Still inside building, okay. I haven't played this game in forever. Why am I this aggressive? Why is he nowhere to be found? That's why. How did I not die there? What is going on? Where's the rust? There's supposed to be rust. Black Ops, both Black Ops guns. I actually like what I'm running with right now. Maybe I would change out the Pellington just because, you know... Actually, no. The Pellington is a really good, like, engaging weapon, right? I didn't even check the circle. We're fine. Right, you open up with the Pellington at far, but then you close in distance, right? You need to be careful of any revenge killers, right? People try to drop on me too. People try to drop on where they died so that they can re-get their gear. Okay, I need to keep this momentum going, right? There we go. Oh, that's actually a good one. Dream Dasher? Well, drop coming in. High ground. Someone's relatively close. Yeah, I got greedy by going up. Oh, they were even higher. I knew I heard a shot. Okay, fine. Fair play. New Gulag cinematic. Ooh, I probably could have engaged sooner. I mean, hey, getting 3 kills for a first time back in this game. I was about to say dark. Oof. But I mean, first time getting back in and getting 3 kills is not something to be shy at. Let me check Discord because that's where I messaged them. Okay. Okay, so what I'm going to do is Hall Notes. If you don't remember Hall Notes, I think last time he was on stream might have been Battlefield 1. Maybe. There might have been another time in between, but that's the last time I remember. Battlefield 1, we were playing on one of the German maps with a giant Zeppelin. I'm just going to text him. I'm streaming Warzone and see his response. Depending on how he responds will determine my next bit of action. Right, because there are 2 ways it could go. He can say, cool. He can say, hey, can I join voice with you? Or he can say, hey, could I play but not be in voice? And that's more than 2 ways, I know. Oh, and I forgot. Or he could say, cool, I'll hop on now. So there are 3 ways he could respond. 4 ways he can respond. Sorry. There are ways that he can respond. Yes, that is better. Okay. While I'm waiting for my peeps to respond, Also, Walker said that he would not, but he would join stream or something like that. Let me confirm what he said. I'll hop on stream, so I don't know if that means he'll join, but that's fine. But yeah, let's see now. Okay, so stuff's going down channel-wise. I've practically narrowed it down to 2 names. One that my cousins came up with, and one that's literally half what my cousins came up with, and then I just took out the last word and put in a different. Sorry, just had to respond to this text. He said cool, which is one of the ways I thought he would respond. But so, it's going down soon. I've narrowed it down to 2 names, and I've technically already come up with an avatar / channel. You know my penguin avatar, right? That you see by my channel, that circle? I've come up with essentially a design for that, for the new channel and the new name. It's technically geared towards the one that my cousins came up with more than the second one, but can be, interchanged. Okay, so for the one, I'm going to leave the one that my cousins came up with all a secret. But the one that, so I just changed the last word out. It's a compound word, what my cousins came up with, what they recommended or suggested. But I've decided that one variant that I could do that I honestly kind of like the sound of a little bit better is replace the last word with ghost. And essentially, like, not necessarily like a spooky specter, but of the, silent assassin, like the silent ghost that stalks the woods, that hunts and kills the prey, right? That kind of ghost. So essentially, the ghost that I am playing right now, COD Ghost, him, right? So essentially, not necessarily just take him, but essentially more or less his idea, right? He's more of invisible force, right? Or like Hunt Showdown or Assassin Creed, right? They're supposed to be ghosts. Get in, kill their target, get out. Essentially leave no witnesses, more or less. And so that's kind of the direction I would want to take it. The thing is, I don't know how that logo would go, because I want to incorporate stuff that I've already have. Which currently, it's a campfire with a lit fire and then an object in front of it. I just don't know how I would incorporate ghost into it. I was thinking maybe bow and arrow, but I don't know for certain. But it's just around the corner. Unfortunately, I'm not as long as I would like to be with the whole finishing it up. Like, I would have liked to already confirm the name and be transferring the sketch that I made in real life into a digital media, which I do now have a program, Affinity Designer, I think. It's on any platform, but I have it on Mac, because that's what I have available to me. I could get like a touchpad, and like I asked my art friends, hey, I want to do digital art. Do you guys know any good programs? And someone suggested an art pad that will connect with programs, or like an art tablet kind of deal. And that's like $70+ and tuition is due Tuesday. So let's just say that's a no in the budget for me. At least not right now. I don't know if it'll ever be a thing, because a lot with me, especially more creative subject-wise, in the arts category. You know the old TikTok trend, heard of miss? Guess I never miss, huh? Yeah, well, that's more or less what I do with me art. Why did I just go pirate for a second? I don't know. But, like this week, I'll be like, yes, I want to do art. I want to get this, that, and this to help me do art. And then very next week, I don't care. I don't have time to do art, so... Why are you just in a corner? He already took a fight, too. Do you see that? He's half armor. Oh well. But, so... Like, I've told the story about, like, a month or so back. Months or so, like, maybe a year. I actually wanted to try my hand at, essentially making some form of songs, right? Like, that time I was all big into EDM with, like, Alan Walker. Primarily Alan Walker. I have a good amount of his songs. Wouldn't necessarily say a lot, but I have a good amount. Like, I think I bought the entire Different Worlds album. And then I have some of his more popular songs that I like Faded and that kind of stuff. But so, you know, it was that phase of me where I was listening to a lot of music. And so, you know, I wanted to do that, and I thought the easiest way for me to be in that medium would be a keyboard. Preferably one that could, you know, isn't necessarily limited to just the stereotypical piano tunes, right? Like an electric keyboard. And I was literally probably about a week away from going with my money to a music store to buy a keyboard. And then I didn't have a second thought about it. So that's kind of why I don't want to get any like expensive program. Like expensive programming, like paid subscription stuff. Or something that could easily collect dust, right? Like, I just bought the program. I already had money in iTunes, so... Or Apple. I already had, like, some Apple money, so I just decided to buy it. Only, like, $20-something. $20, roughly. So, if I use it a lot, good. If I only use it a few times, it won't be that bad. Kind of deal. But, so... There we go. The shotgun was fine, but I prefer this. I thought I heard footsteps. Oof. But yeah. So, I mean, I'm going to be making the change to the channel. It's going to be happening soon. You know, if I was further along, something that I would do would actually take place tomorrow. And I'm still thinking about doing it tomorrow. And that is do like an earlier stream in the day. Earlier is subjective. Uh, but I'm actually thinking waking up early in the morning, or waking up actually in the morning, maybe eating a small breakfast, cup of coffee, and then actually start streaming. That's my thoughts. If I had a Twitch channel, that would be how I would open up. I would spend like 4 hours jumping around on Twitch, kind of getting the feel for it, seeing who's gonna watch, right? And I would, like, essentially make the official announcement tonight, hey guys, I'm going on Twitch, yada yada yada. But I'm not making that announcement because it's not, done deal yet. But I am thinking about, and here's the thing, I say this right now, but I know exactly how I'm going to feel. Let's say I decide I want to stream for 2-3 hours in the morning starting at 9. So I'll wake up around maybe 8 to 8:30. I know exactly how I'm going to feel at that time of morning. Ugh, let me go back to bed. Right? That's exactly how I'm going to feel. I'm not going to want to do it. So I'm just saying it's a possibility. I'm not saying it's going to happen. But I would like to stream earlier in the morning. So yeah, I'm going to stream sometime tomorrow morning, maybe for a few hours. I'll see what I can do, because I have stuff that I need to do at home. I think I need help cleaning up my kitchen. Plus I have some classwork and a lab due soon. Classwork, I think I can punt off a little bit longer. I need to chip away at it, but it's not due tomorrow at midnight. Neither is the lab, but the lab is due Sunday, and I think technically it was extended further back. It was supposed to be due last Sunday, but the professor didn't make it be turned in then, which I am so thankful for, because I forgot to check that class last week. Just letting you know I'm here. But so yeah. The lab I have is it's a computer science lab. Did he bolt? He might have bolted. No. I don't think he did. I heard something. Speaking of which, I need to turn my fan down just because I think it's a little bit too loud. But yeah, it's complicated and I'm not exactly sure what it's looking for yet. And so because of that, it's a little bit harder for me to do. I mean, today I was a bit distracted with watching someone stream, so I wasn't exactly putting my full attention to understanding what the requirements were asking of me. And no, that was for the physics lab. But for one of my labs, there was actually a URL in like the online form, they sent, so I need to watch that. It's for physics, and I've already done like 99.9% of physics. I literally now just need to find one more thing, and it's for projectile velocity. It's giving me the velocity and the distance, and I need to find out the launch angle. Not that bad, but it's still not going to be entirely easy. But yeah, so that is something that I need to do. So physics lab, I'm going to call it done. So I just need to do the computer science lab, and then all the labs are due. Then I just have some classwork, which involves like watching a video, some videos, and that kind of stuff. Nothing really hard, but just a lot of time consumption. You know, it's not hard. It's just going to be a lengthy process to get it all done. Someone had a silent pistol, or a silenced gun. Yeah, you hear that? They're right below me. Imagine if I had a sniper and I was actually good at the game, right? Oh, they disembarked. I don't need a sniper. I killed him with... I killed him with this! From 100 meters away! Ah! I should have used my RAM 7 instead. That would have hit harder, right? I mean, should have. Okay. I'm gonna quit back to the lobby just to kind of check on my friends again. See what they are up to. So in Discord, no one said anything. Okay, so I just said to Whole Notes, do you want to do duos? We'll see how he responds before, you know, anything happens, right? I'll wait until he responds. Okay, it said that there's a new charm, right? Yeah, where's the new charm? Don't be lying to me, game. And if you're lying, please clear away the marker. Okay, game. Are we gonna have a problem? Unless it's over on the Cold War side. Is it a Cold War weapon charm? Nope, that's Modern Warfare. Let's get this gun, because it's Cold War. Yes. I forgot I had the snowman! And Rudolph! Ooh, when did I get an ornament? When did they give me a Christmas ornament? Hey, Walker, how you doing? Mic check 1 2. Mic check.
Hello.
Hello.
Are we on stream?
Yep, we're on stream. Okay. So, did you see my Discord message in Igloo with the TikTok that I sent? Did you see that TikTok?
Is this some video memes?
No, the Igloo.
Oh yeah, that's right. No, yeah, I just completely blinked.
Did you see it? Did you watch the TikTok?
What does history tell you?
No, okay. So I will tell it to you. So, today... Ooh, voice crack, sorry. So today, I actually saw it of a new color. But then I realized it was just a pigment of my imagination. I told it to my dad, and you should have just seen his face. It's like the sheer disappointment, but keeping a smile on. It was hilarious. I loved every second of it.
Cool.
Get it? Pigment of my imagination. Figment.
Oh, I get it. I understand. Also, I think I'm probably gonna go to bed at 12. I know I'm gonna get to bed at 12, if not a little bit earlier, because I am, extraordinarily tired.
Hi, tired. I'm Penguin.
I said extraordinarily tired.
Close enough. I'm actually tired too, and I'm actually thinking of doing a stream early tomorrow morning. Yeah, what's it called? So I think I'm gonna try to do a 2-3-ish plus hour live stream around 9 in the morning.
Wasting daylight, bro.
Not really.
I mean, 9 in the morning is like prime daylight.
Not really. I mean, it's either that or wake up around noon.
Yeah.
I've got a good point there. It's either wake up early and do a stream, or waste half of my day sleep.
You know, you could always just go to bed early and wake up early. Updates. Everything's updating. Man, it's been a hot second since I opened this thing.
I know, right? I was about to say, how is this all operators? But then I forgot. Or I didn't realize that you could scroll. And here's Black Ops characters. Okay.
So, I was doing some work for our Department of Student Affairs, and I got an owl.
I know, I saw that. That was cool.
So, yeah, so basically, normally I would have had drill tomorrow. But my commanding officer said, basically, it's like I need 3 people to come after school on Friday and work for like 2 or 3 hours. And if you do, I'll cut you loose from drill, and you won't have to come to drill, and you'll still get paid for drill.
Oh,
and I was
wow.
like, oh, sign me up, because I knew full well. Okay, so drill starts at 7:30. Starts at 7:30, so I got to be up at like 6.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got to be there early as well. And then it won't end until like 1. So that's probably about, what, 6 hours? Yeah, about 6 hours.
6 hours or 2-3 hours?
5 to 6 hours. And so, basically, and not only that, but also it's like, I think drill would have been more labor intensive, just because it's hard to beat drill. We're doing PT. And so we really would be working out a lot. So it's like, oh yeah, I'm doing that. But yeah, the only downside was that I wasn't able to finish my lit, but I have until this coming Wednesday, I guess.
Oh, nice.
To do it. But I'm gonna try and do it tomorrow.
Yeah, I need to finish up a computer science project. And I don't really know exactly what it wants me to do, and or exactly how to work with the program. I'm using Java. Um,
Mm, really?
yeah, it was
I
either
mean, not,
Java, C Sharp, or C++, and I think
no. You
Java
should.
is more applicable in other areas, especially like if I want minor in game dev or game design. I think Java is heavily used in the gaming world over any of the others.
Actually, okay. So C++
I mean, I know that they can be used,
has.
but
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Java is the
Absolutely.
common one you hear with games.
So here's what I was going to say on that, because actually it's kind of funny you mentioned that. So C++ has, in my opinion, a steeper learning curve than C Sharp, in my opinion. However, I think I gotta Google this. C++ is used in Unreal Engine, if I'm not mistaken,
Oh, cool.
and C Sharp is used in Unity.
Hmm, that's cool.
Unreal Engine. Uh, C++ is used for Unreal Engine, so C Sharp should be used for Unity. And I was learning C Sharp for when I was doing quote unquote game design. I don't consider that game design. It was me learning how to move a block around on a screen. Um, and basically, yeah, I always found so many people don't like HTML format. Um, I always found like Python and HTML to be a little bit easier. C++ made absolutely no sense to me. Um, but anyway, or C Sharp did. I didn't attempt C++. But anyway, where are we going with this? I think we talked about game design and Office of Student Affairs. Anyway, Office of Student Affairs, after I was done doing some work for them, said, "Oh, by the way, we really, really need a part-time worker in the office to like do stuff, like run numbers and other such things." And I said,
Ooh.
"Well, I'm not interested, but I know someone who might possibly be interested." And they
Oh,
said, "Well, I'm going to give you my business card, and you can tell that person if they want to do it." In case you didn't know, the person that I was thinking about was you. So,
hmm.
dang it,
So, do you happen to have an idea of like what they're looking to be done?
um, great question. So basically, they said it would not be manual labor. It would be uh, like you creating Excel spreadsheets with like stuff on it, like inventory. It would basically be like an internship, but a very light internship. And the people seem very nice. Office of Student Affairs is normally a really fun place to work. You can get a free owl. They said it paid like $8 an hour. It's the standard. Um,
Okay. So, yeah. Do you definitely think you could give me their contact card?
yeah,
Because
sure.
I'm definitely gonna need to find a job soon.
Yeah, and it's like right on campus, so it's like,
Yeah, it's right on
hey,
campus. It's nearby.
yeah. So, figured that makes sense.
Yeah. Thank you, man, for looking out for me.
Yeah, no problem.
You're a good friend. You know that, right?
Oh, I know that. I'm the best friend. Yeah. Thanks, man. It means a lot that you said that.
Yeah, I'm glad that I got you in my corner. I got some heavy ammunition in my corner. Wait, no. You got some power. I got some power in my corner and some heavy ammunition in my cans. Please tell me you got the reference.
I did not.
Aladdin.
Oh, honestly, like it was
It was
just
a very obscure reference.
it was, and it's been a hot second since I've seen Aladdin, to be honest.
It was a very, it's a very obscure reference. I mean, I could have even, I should have pulled Toy Story. That would have, like, you probably would have got Toy Story right away.
I don't know. I've seen Aladdin more than Toy Story. because my family was just never like super super big into Toy Story.
I mean, the Toy
Although,
Story song "You Got a Friend in Me" is
well,
classic and
yeah,
catchy. Like, if I
okay,
said "You got a friend in me," it, especially if I did a melody, you'd probably get it.
yes, that's true. So my mom was talking about the Disney College program because she did that in college, um, and I didn't realize this, but she was talking about how she used to be shy in college, in high school. But then she went to the Disney College program and became a lot more of an extrovert. So I was thinking, hey, once you're done with the Disney College program, you'll probably be an extrovert too.
Well, it's not necessarily extroversion, it's a customer service phase. It's knowing more or less how knowing how to better be in an environment where you have to, you know, essentially be an extrovert. In an extrovert
And with
environment, it's like knowing,
too.
okay, here's what is wanted of me, and so I just put on my best customer service face, customer service smile, customer service voice. How can I help you? Even though in the inside you're like, don't talk to me. uh, funny, no?
It was. It was very funny. That's the way I felt sometimes when I was doing balloons. But I feel that. I very much feel that.
How did I die? I got first shot on too. Let me see if I actually hit. I didn't. I'm pretty sure at least one bullet went through his skull. At least one.
Well, if it was just one bullet that went through the skull, you can survive that, no problem. Just walk off a little brain damage and stuff. A little brain damage.
According to Tarkov, you would not survive.
Or siege.
Or Siege, or Hunt Showdown. Literally any of the games that take themselves a little bit more serious when it comes in terms to gunplay.
Yeah. So, same with I guess The Last of Us. And speaking of games that you've played recently and that you should play, a game that I've played, and I told you about this before, Oxenfree. It's a Okay, so I didn't really realize how much of a horror game it was until I actually started playing it, but it's not really a horror game. It's kind of like a story-based horror.
You
Um,
also want to know a game that I didn't think would be a horror game, but it's absolutely a horror game? Escape from
uh,
Tarkov.
oh, I didn't know that was gonna be a horror game. Well, is that a
It's
horror game
actually
or a
not.
thriller?
It's actually not a horror game. But I mean, it will scare you.
So is it more like a thriller or is it like a horror game?
Oh no, it's not. It's a looter shooter, first person shooter. No
Huh.
zombies, no nothing. You're just a standard, like as if you were in Call of Duty. You're a standard soldier. You can have your own personal loadouts. You go into these zones where it's literally one bullet could be the death of you. It doesn't
Hmm.
matter if you're fully kitted up. That one spot that doesn't have a piece of armor on, let's say the nape, which is in Tarkov, is like the lower part of the head in the back, like kind of where the neck meets the skull. That is what Tarkov calls the nape. If you don't have a helmet that covers that area, one bullet to that area could kill you. One bullet. But you have the highest, other than the helmet, you have the highest level armor on and the best gun. One bullet, and you go bye bye. And like, it's terrifying. The closer the shot is, one, it's super loud in game. Super loud. So bullets, if they're just outside of the building you're in, also if you're in a building, sounds are echoey because buildings reflect sounds. Kind of deal, or closed spaces reflect sounds better. Uh, and so, in getting shot at is the worst. Like, one bullet hits me and I freak out. Like, you can see the moment of sheer panic when I get shot at. In other games, like Call of Duty. You can see a reaction happen, but it's not, I don't know where that came from. It's, let me get into position, let me turn and try to kill my enemy before they kill me. Tarkov, where did that come from? I don't know where. I'm going to run in one random direction that I don't think the shot came from, and I hope I live. Like, there have been a few times in Tarkov, a bullet was shot at me from probably a sniper scav, and I literally jumped out of my seat. The sound design in the game is incredible, but it's terrifying. Because everything sounds so close, and the threat of it sounds just so prevalent. You can hear a gunshot go off pretty much across the map, and you would still see me playing super cautiously. So, yeah, Tarkov. It's not a horror game, but it scares you like one. Have you seen any of my Tarkov streams?
I have not.
I would almost recommend... I mean, I want you to watch it because, you know, I want to try to convince you to get it because, you know, playing with a team of 4 people, I think technically you can have 5 people at once. But, you know, my kind of thing is I want to play with people because, one, stream-wise, it helps me out because, you know, I can, instead of... Like, before you joined, I was essentially trying to talk to an audience that didn't exist. And so, you know, if you didn't come along, or if I started to run out of things to say, it would be a lull, right? Fortunately, you know, I've been in this situation now for a bit, so I kind of know how to better handle myself. So it's like, okay, no one's talking. Let me just discuss what my process is. What am I thinking?
You should just talk about politics and everything, and then swear words.
No. Then we're gonna frame you for murder. John Mulaney.
No, I know.
I'm just making sure.
You dare insult my John Mulaney knowledge?
No, I was just more saying that for the people watching.
So,
But so you know, I've learned how to when there's a lull in the conversation and when I have no one to bounce off words with in voice or in chat, I just talk about what I'm physically doing at the moment, what's my thought processes, and, you know, that kind of stuff to try and keep entertaining. And plus, also, I like playing games with friends because games are my socialization. Socialize in public? Nah. Socialize with friends online? Yes. So I like to play with people online. Like, I know I'm an introvert and all. With them, cutting up, playing video games, that kind of stuff. I don't really like to do it in the physical, but I like to do it in the video game world. So, you know, I would kind of want to try to get you into Escape from Tarkov, just so that I can have someone to play with.
I sadly am not picking up that many games right now. Hold on. Oh, wait, hold on. Need to do something real quick. Be right back.
Okay. But yeah, so, you know, where was I going with this? So I want him to watch it. So, watch my stream of Tarkov, so that, you know, I could more or less have a chance at convincing him, you know what, that looks like an interesting game. I'll try it. Will it probably happen? Probably not. Like he said, he's not picking up the games right now, so it's, like, a bummer. But yeah. Let's see. I know he said that he'd be gone for a hot minute, so, what to talk about while he is absent? Let's see. Oh boy, I'm actually coming to a blank right now. Ooh. Nope, I missed. Okay. Well, let's see. I'm sorry, I'm blanking. Okay, so last night, or the other day, I technically watched Ready Player One. So I saw it on, someone was posting clips of it on TikTok, and I watched it. Welcome back. How are you?
I am good. Just chilling out. My statistics class, I was going to tell you, they had a thing where they were talking about quantitative or qualitative data, and one of the questions was, is this an example of qualitative or quantitative? I said, a list of reasons why you should drop out of college.
That is qualitative.
It is qualitative.
Because it's based on quality instead of pure numbers. It's based on more or less perception.
It's like, college class, listing things why you should drop out of college.
Let's see, lower to no debt if you drop out of college. Go right into a career instead of guns or schooling. Most jobs nowadays actually don't value a college degree anymore. College degree is just a fancy piece of paper that doesn't mean anything.
Wow, they've got some pretty good reasons.
They got some pretty good reasons. Thank you, school. I've decided college is no more. And of course, I'm saying that sarcastically, meaning I'm still gonna go through with my degree.
Yeah, especially
since
on average people with college degrees make about $1 million more than people without.
That is true. In the computer science world, it's a little bit different because, doctors, they need a degree because, if you don't know how to save a person's life and what medicine to put them on, they die and it's your fault. So some jobs you need that degree. Because if not, you're going to be running around with a chicken's, like a head cut off. Like a chicken with its head cut off.
You can
with lives
learn to be a
in the
surgeon
line.
online.
Yes. The How to Become a Neurosurgeon in 5 Easy Steps online. The free college app that teaches you, the free web page service that teaches you how to become a neurosurgeon. Let's see. So the other day, so on TikTok, people will post clips of TV shows and movies. I found this one TikTok account that literally posted 1-minute clip for 126 different clips that are 1 minute long each of Ready Player One.
Does that mean
I'm guessing if you look up the length of Ready Player One, it's going to be 2 hours and 6 minutes. Can you confirm or deny that?
I can. Runtime.
It's probably
2 hours and 19 minutes.
I'm going to say that's probably including the credit scene and intro, what's the other word? Ads. Advertisements, and then also the title, or the list of names of people who worked on the movie. What's that called?
Credits?
Credits. My brain is blanking hard right now.
You already said credits, though.
I know. That's how hard my brain is blanking. The credits. So I'm guessing that's probably including the credits and the ads at the beginning. Or the trailers, that's what it's called. Trailers and credits. I'm guessing. So, I practically watched all of Ready Player One. I'm saying practically because technically, I had to keep scrolling video to video, so it was a little bit, I still got the whole story, but in broken chunks, more or less. Not that broken up, because literally there was 126 clips for literally 2 hours and 6 minutes worth of clips, when the actual movie is about 6 hours and 19 minutes. So, I missed, what's that, 13 minutes, and I'm guessing that's all credits and trailers. So I'm gonna say I practically watched the entire movie, and it was awesome. I loved it. Because one point, and I think I even said this into the Igloo, and the Igloo, it's on Discord that my friends run, and so pretty much everyone has their own little room in Discord, and so mine's called My Igloo. So that's what it's called. So in the Igloo, in My Igloo, I posted a clip, and it was Percival, Wade Watts, the main character, in the, I don't know the name of the realm, but whatever the game realm is, and basically he got an army of players to take out the bad guys. And one thing that's like, at the beginning you hear him say, it's like, I never clan up. I'm not clanning up. Which, you know, in MMOs, it's like, you get what clanning up is, right?
I think so, yeah.
So, like, Clash of Clans. You join someone's clan, you guys have clanned up. So essentially, you know, putting, like, how I have in Call of Duty, and I think maybe you and Miniac also have it on. Yeah, you guys are in my regiment in Call of Duty. So that would be a clan. In Call of Duty, a regiment is a clan, and so you guys play together, kind of deal. And so, you know, at the beginning he says, no, I'm not clanning up, and that kind of stuff. No, I'm not in a clan. And towards the end of the movie, when he's making his big speech, he's like, I'm doing it for these people, for the clan of High Five. And it's like he made his own clan. And, you know, it's like all the main characters that you've been seeing throughout the movie. Percival, H, Artemis, those guys. To other smaller characters, I forget their names. That I just don't remember off the top of my head. And I don't even want... I can kind of see their gamer tags right now, but I just don't... It's not in the sharpest picture, and I don't know how to pronounce them. But it's like those 5 players clanned up, and the leader of the clan is the person who said, I'm not going clan. It just like, you know, it fills you with the warm and fuzzies.
Yes, yes. I see.
And just other stuff in the movie. It's like, yes! And I think I sent another clip that was relatively after that, or shortly after that, within the final scene of the movie, the big finale boss battle. And it's like every civilian in the street is punching and kicking and fighting, just at nothing. Like, just nothing in front of them, but they're still punching because they're fighting in an online space. And then you have a group of Master Chiefs, or, I know Master Chief is the specific character, but, not necessarily Space Marines, but, the dudes from Halo that look like Master Chief. I don't know if they were actually Master Chiefs or not, or just like the same armor. But you see in the video game world, they all run together. And then you see them on the street in real life. They're literally running together in a tight formation. It was like, yes, this is awesome. Warm and fuzzies. You know? Have you seen Ready Player One?
I have seen Ready Player One, actually. I have.
What did you think of it? Because technically, I'm not going to say that I have seen it, but I technically have seen it. So I know all the plot now, and a little bit of the story building, but, you know, I haven't seen it in... Technically, I did see it in congruent viewing, but I'm going to say that I half watched it.
So, I have actually seen it. I thought it was decent. I'm gonna give it like a 6 out of 10. Uh, because it was by no means bad, and I thought it was pretty like a solid movie. It reminded me a lot of Tron. It was slightly, in my opinion, it was slightly ranked below the new Tron movie. Although, frankly, Tron, in my opinion, was good because I just absolutely loved it as a kid, and it fills me with nostalgia. So I'm probably not very impartial with that. But it wasn't like a wow, that was a great movie. Um, but it was also like, wow, that was a good movie.
Yeah. I mean,
Like, you
some
know,
of that, literally the entire movie is just fanfare to,
yes, exactly.
like, every single different game, pretty much.
So,
A
have
lot
you
of the
seen like
retro games, but still a lot of, like, new gen games, essentially.
yeah, I'm trying to think of a of an example of like just a fantastic movie that are there's not a whole lot of like fantastic action movies. There are fantastic action movies, but not like just like
MCU.
wow, that was a great movie. Like hmm, okay, I'm getting into the foreign cinema market, and the only reason I'm quoting this one was because I just recently watched it. But Grave of the Fireflies, although very different from Ready Player One, was a fantastic movie. Um, I'm trying to think of a different movie that's more similar to Ready Player One that was like, in my opinion, really, really good.
Pixels?
Uh, you're joking, right?
I
I'm
actually
assuming
thought
you're.
Pixels was pretty good. I enjoyed Pixels.
It was an Adam Sandler movie, and all Adam Sandler movies are like the same at some point, except Click. Click was him trying to prove that he could do something very emotional.
I thought it was really good.
Yeah, it was like decent. I mean, it was an Adam Sandler movie, so you know, they're Adam Sandler movies.
Oh, oh boy.
Uh,
Third party.
Tenant is a great movie.
I
Okay,
actually
that's
haven't
what
seen that movie.
I would recommend it. It's pretty good. Megamind is a fantastic movie.
Oh yeah,
Hilarious.
Megamind is pretty fun.
Um, let me think here. Push. I don't know. Some people didn't like it. Some people did. I was one of the people that fall into did like it. Have you heard of the movie Push?
No, I have not.
Push was a movie that came out in 2009, and it had Chris Evans in it before Chris Evans became Captain America.
Hmm.
And
Oh, okay. Movie that I have not watched, but I've seen everything great with. I've seen their stuff on it. Uh, Scott Pilgrim versus the World. I think is it versus the
yeah,
World?
I've wanted
I
to see
haven't.
that for a
I've
while.
never seen it, but I've just seen. Cinema Wins do it, and I really like it.
Hmm.
It's
We should
witty
watch.
and it's good. It's witty and it's good cinematography.
Hmm. Yeah, isn't Chris Evans in that one as well?
Yes, he is one of the bad guys. I want to say he's number 3, the third ex-boyfriend.
Hmm.
And I haven't seen Cinema Wins uh, cover this movie in a while now, so I still remember that from who knows when.
We need to watch that. I
Probably a
know there's a
year.
couple of movies that I'm thinking about watching. I don't normally like to watch like a lot of movies. I'm very picky. Interstellar is another great movie.
You know
Um,
what movie I really want to see and I never finished watching?
hmm.
Inception.
Ooh,
I
yes, that
saw
was a
it.
fantastic movie.
I want to say I saw it on the plane, but with planes, they eventually have to land, and with longer movies, they'll land before they finish showing it. So I never got finished watching it.
You should have asked the pilots, like, hey, can you like laps
Hey,
around
can
the
you
airport?
do a few circles around whatever airport we're flying into, please, and thank you? I I know I should have done that.
Hmm.
That would have gone so well. Someone has a beat on me. Oh! I found them! I found them! They weren't even the first people hunting me. I think that was the dude in the
Oh,
streets
okay,
from a while
okay.
back.
So I was just googling like random movies. Max Steel live action. I did not know that existed.
Max Steel rings a bell, but I'm not sure. Also, I thought that Gulag was already done, so I did not expect being back in Gulag.
So Max Steel was a TV show from like way back in the day, and it was a cartoon. It was about like aliens and this dude that could like it was basically like a human power plant. And I didn't realize they made a live action. Obviously, it didn't go so well, but yeah. Um, so I'm just scrolling through things. Something that I would not recommend watching, and that was probably only in our all. Okay, it was weird, but it was pretty cool. Was a movie that sounds like a curse word, but it's not. It's MFKZ, and if you read the entire title, it was like Mutta, and then yeah, it's not spelled like that. Um, and basically, it's a movie about I can't even describe it. It's just really weird, but it's got some pretty cool action scenes.
Interesting.
I'm trying to think of just like, oh, okay. TV shows. I know you're not big into anime, and frankly, neither am I, even though I've kind of gotten on an anime kick right now, um, which is weird. I'm like going through a bunch of anime stuff. But the show The Promised Neverland is amazing. It is so good, and it's on Hulu. And the new season is coming out right now. It's releasing it week by week. They went on waiting for till next Thursday for for episode 4. And it is so good. It is fantastic. A fantastic TV show.
Cool. I've actually been meaning to watch a lot of stuff.
Like Sword Art Online.
And I don't have access to that, at least not right now. But primarily Hamilton.
That's not a. Oh yeah.
Which, if you remember, I was semi-obsessed with.
Still kind of are.
Still kind of am. Remember when Sparrow put me on a Beetlejuice fix? Remember that?
Yeah. I remember that with.
We don't talk about that. No, we should. Ah! Bullets are flying everywhere. Another. No! If you can't tell, I just died. My mortality is so feeble. Also, I made it to 7th place. With only 1 kill, and that was a gulager.
Okay, so there is a collection of video games I want to play, but I don't have really time, so I'm like using. Okay, so that's the thing. Now that school started back, I have a very, very limited amount of time, and I'm trying to make sure every single square inch of it is worth it. And so I'm limiting my sleep. I'm requiring myself to get 8 hours of sleep, so that way I'm not sacrificing stuff for sleep. Boy, I have sacrificed a lot of Instagram and YouTube time.
Okay, here's my recommendation. Replace sleep. Coffee.
Sleep. No, I can't. I have to be in my A game. My goal is to get straight A's through my freshman year, because I don't think I'm going to be able to get straight A's through my future years. And frankly, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get straight A's this year, because my information systems professor, he's a cool guy. He's a really cool guy, but we just finished up week 2, and I still haven't learned anything in that class. He's gotten up and it's not like he hasn't done lectures. He's done lectures whenever he can. And he doesn't assign homework, which is nice, very nice. But it's
That
like he just gets up
not having
and he
homework is
talks.
good, but there is one downside of that
You
because
can't use
memory
homework.
retention, right? If you go to a
Yes.
lecture and you hear the teachers talk about it, but then you don't touch that content until the next week or the next class period, which could be 1, 2, 3-ish days apart or a week, it's like, what exactly were we doing again? So, while
Yeah.
yes, not having homework is great, sometimes I hate to say it, I'd almost, as I kind of learned from last year's political science class, I'd almost rather have. Well, it was part of the professor in that he only had 3 grades in the entire class. That
Mm.
really did me in, besides for the fact that I didn't care for the class and I didn't really study, or didn't study for any of the things, and I did poorly on the final project that literally worth half the grade. And I still didn't get an exact number grade back for it, but I know I didn't hit my mark. Um, so I probably got like a high 70, low 80.
Mm.
I needed an 84, I think, to pass the class with a C.
With a
So, I
C?
mean, yeah, I think I needed an 84 or an 85 to pass the class,
Oh, I thought you were
to get my
saying you
grade
needed
high
an
enough to
84.
pass the class with a C.
I thought you were saying an 84 to pass the class with a C, like as in your final grade was an 84. It's like an 84 should be a B. And I'm like, that doesn't make sense. But yeah, I see what you're saying.
So, I mean, like, the professor, besides for that, I didn't really. The second semester, I didn't try to take notes, and the first semester, I kind of started giving up on taking notes because it's like I only got a half to one front page of notes. Not very good. Really, only what was written on the board and briefly what talked about that I could write down. And so it's like I did not do well in his class, and maybe if he had side homeworked, maybe I could have done better. I don't know
Yeah.
for sure, but I mean, like right now, I have one lab that I'm finishing up, one lab that I need to start, plus some extra homework in lit, and plus I kind of forgot to do my computer science course this week, so I need to make sure I watch that. I need to do a lot of stuff to make sure I'm ready for next week, and I've seen all the content from this week. So that's with homework. So in a way, homework good. In another way, homework, please don't come near me with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah, I think I like the idea of what my statistics professor is doing right now. Although, frankly, my statistics professor is about as useful as a white crayon. And that's not due to his fault necessarily, nor do I think it's necessarily a bad thing. So, currently I'm taking statistics, and hold on, let me look at my schedule so I can figure out what I'm taking fully online. So, microeconomics, I'm taking in a hybrid format to where it's only 1 day a week, and it's optional. And so I didn't go today. I was supposed to go today, but instead I worked. And I really didn't need. I got a 96 on the quiz, which is not. I was hoping to get 100, but I bonked up one of the questions, but say let me.
Wait, what
And
did you get?
I got 96.
96. Dude, that's still great.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, here we go. It's
As
my
new kids would say,
statistics and my accounting class are both fully online, and that's about it. So my statistics class is basically, it doesn't have any of the homework due. They have homework, but it's not due ever until the end of the semester, I want to say, in its completion grade. However, you are responsible for doing the homework on track, so I have mapped out when I need to do the homework in order to make sure I am fully prepared for the test. So I'm going to finish up Chapter 3's homework this week, and then I have one more week of just straight studying for that test. And I will just be completing chapters 1 through 3 of my statistics course for that, and then I need to, and then my accounting professor, his homework actually is due, but it's a little bit more weird. I don't know, I like that format to where it's like, the homework isn't necessarily due, but it is there for you to get help, and I think for my information systems professor, I'm going to go to his lectures, and I'm going to listen to him. A lot of the stuff that he has is like projects, so that's not going to be that bad, but I think at the end of the day, I'm just going to need to read the book and study as much as I can from the book and have a very good understanding of what information systems is, and then basically just do my best. You know, he gave optional bonus points for if you completed a quiz, which I did. I got as many bonus points as I could, and I think I've done what I can to where hopefully I'll be able to graduate this semester with straight A's, but knock on wood, because frankly, I'm not that optimistic. I know I can get A's in some of my classes, but I don't know if I can get A's in all of my classes. And then I'm assuming after this semester, it's going to go downhill, like a complete nosedive, as I start getting into my more advanced level classes for the business program.
Yeah.
But, say la vie. Oh, also, good news. I asked my... Wait, did I already tell you I was able to go to Peru?
No.
Okay, so I was gonna meet with my not
Advisor?
advisor, but sergeant, my chief sergeant for my thing. I said, hey, I want to go to Peru over the summer, so that way I can like do a mission project. I have the money. I have been budgeting for it. All I need is your approval. And he said, I see no reason why you can't do that. Go for it. And so I've gotten approval for it from him and the cadre. And so I'm going to go, hopefully, God willing. The COVID is one of the last, I think the last worry
Hurdles.
that I would have, or concern that I have, is that it wouldn't be more of an open policy. Although what I'm hoping right now is that since we have a vaccine, so I'm thinking at this point it'll take a while, and I don't think everyone will be vaccinated, especially not places like in South America where they traditionally have a little bit slower time getting stuff. They have the vaccines, but I think it's going to be a while before they, distribute them throughout Peru. Even though Lima is actually a very wealthy city, it's just, you know, it tends to be a little bit slower as far as healthcare comes. But anyway, I'm hoping by summer, the start of the summer, toward the middle of the summer, that the vaccine will be in its later stages, and all of the healthcare workers will have the vaccine, and all of the elderly will have the vaccine, to where at that point it's just us and other people getting the vaccine. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Odds are we'll just be starting us getting the vaccine. And if I can get the vaccine, then it's like, okay, I'm up for anything. Because at that point I'm immune. Like, if I have the vaccine,
Yeah, the only thing that would happen then is a huge mutation that literally changes up some of the core of the vaccine. Or
And
because I think what I've heard of the vaccine is it's not actually the virus, it's the receptors of the virus, the little like pom poms on the outside of the
I don't think they're
virus.
called pom-poms.
Uh, Anyone who's seen the picture kind of gets my drift.
No, I get what you're saying. Yeah, but
They're not called pom
we should
poms,
keep
but
that.
that's the only
Let's change.
broccoli.
Let's
The
go back to
broccoli
Grey's
stems.
Anatomy. The book Grey's Anatomy. And change. I don't. Well, actually, no. Grey's Anatomy is just for the human body. I don't think it involves viruses, does it?
Well, Grey's Anatomy is a doctor show, so anything that comes into a hospital, they cover more or less.
No, 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 no. Grey's Anatomy, the book.
The book? There's a book? I thought it was just a TV
Grey's
show.
Anatomy. Why is it? Okay. Anyway, Grey's Anatomy is a TV show, but it's named after a book
It was.
called Grey's Anatomy, and it's a book used for doctors. It was written by Henry Gray, and I actually saw it at Goodwill once. I was like, yo, they have Gray's Anatomy at Goodwill. It's this just really thick book, and it was basically for surgeons. It describes the entire human body and different surgeries, and it just goes into immense detail in everything. But I don't know if in the book, I don't know if the book
I mean, it would
contains-
probably cover some virology, but mainly particular to ones that can cause bigger effects on critical systems. I don't know. I'm not planning on being a doctor. I actually have 2 doctors in my family.
You should be a doctor.
Actually, okay, I have a doctor and a nurse in my family, and the nurse is still in college.
Oh, well, your sister. But
Yeah,
yeah,
my
so
sister.
she's going to be a nurse.
Yeah, but I actually do have a doctor in my family. The person who gave me, who prescribed me medicine for my first ear infection. That was really bad.
You've had first ear infection, yeah. Okay, so you know that scene from Lord of the Rings where it's like we had first breakfast, yes.
First breakfast, second breakfast, third breakfast.
You've had first ear infection, yes, but what about second ear infection?
Oh, I've had that too, and third ear infection.
Dinner, supper, brunch, afternoon tea.
Yep. I've actually had 2 infections in one ear, or 2 separate times of an ear infection in one ear.
I'm gonna buy you some Q-tips.
Oh no, we were actually out of Q-tips, and I think that didn't aid with it. But why are you camping there? The dude was just standing on a toilet. I think he even ADS. He's scaring me. Don't do that. Who trained you? Don't you know you don't stand on toilets? Sorry. But yeah, so mainly what was causing my ear infections is my headphones, because I listen to stuff in my headphones practically nonstop.
Doesn't your ears hurt
No.
after a while?
No. Because they're earbuds in ear, plus it's not like the old iPods or AirPods that are the hard shell. It's like, it's not AirPods, it's like Beat Pros. They're in the ear, and they have like a squishy bit on the end that that more or less mold to your ear. Not necessarily mold to your ear, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And so, no, it's actually quite comfortable, but just after a while, it is, how do you say, not good. I saw a human parachute in. I want to murder them now. Mr. Parachuter! I'm here! But yeah, so it's because, like, I've just had, keep my headphones in my ears. Now what I've done is I've started to trade them out. So, like, whenever I feel like, this is enough time with this year, I change out for the next year. This dude just died. And I didn't kill you. I found you dead! And somehow I did not die. Almost. Broke all my armor, but... how did I not die? I'm sorry, I just got distracted again.
So I just thought about something. What if, like, you just got over your headphones?
I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. The thing is, I normally like to have one ear with my current headphones. I like to have one ear in and one ear out. And I've had over the ear headphones, and I've always would have, you know, one headphone on and then the other kind of off to the side, like not on at all. So essentially, I have 1 ear in the world that I choose, and then 1 ear in the world that I'm physically in. So the world I choose, whatever I want, whatever video I want to watch. The world I'm physically in, obviously the physical, you know. So. Plus, I got these headphones because I was not necessarily on a runner's kick, where I was doing nothing but running, but I got them because they literally grip onto your ear. They have like a little arm that goes over your ear.
Yeah, it's the Beats one, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's the Beat earpods thing, so it has a little hook that goes behind your ear. And so definitely for running when you get sweaty, like it air. Problem plus like I didn't really even clean them up to date, like every few days. Take some rubbing alcohol, put on not a Q-tip, but like a little cotton ball thing in my bobber, and just rub headphones themselves, and then rub their charging case. So I now have a bit better practice, so hopefully I won't get another ear infection. But if I were, it would probably happen on the right ear this time, because it went left, right, left. Now I just need to go back to right. Wait, was it? Yeah, it was. Fun stuff. But yeah, so I want to say we got here because I mentioned that my uncle was a doctor who prescribed me stuff that cleared up my ear infection, and then we got on the ear infection talk, right?
I think so.
Every now and then I just especially when I go down a huge rabbit hole, sometimes I like to try to figure out where I was coming from. Like, can I look up and see the sun, or did I dig under a tree? Where's this rabbit hole again? Was it in the middle of a field or under a tree? I forget. You know? Almost like Tomater. I don't need to see where I'm going. I just need to see where I've been.
That I got.
Disney references. Also, okay, so you want to know what's terrible that's happening, if not tomorrow, like Monday? Or this weekend? You want to know what's terrible that's happening this weekend? Disney World is shutting down Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom.
Oh, dang it, I thought you were gonna say Disney World is shutting down.
Rude. But no, they're literally just closing down my most favorite thing there. And also, their at-home games are not available anymore. They're sold out, so they've probably stopped making them. The only chance I would have to actually get my hands on one is if I was at the park right now. And obviously, since I'm streaming, that means I'm not at the park. And I'm missing one card. One card and I would have the complete standard deck. There are technically two decks with Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom. There's the traditional 1 through 70 deck, and then there's the event cards. You really only get them from going to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party and Mickey's Merry Christmas Party. Very, very Merry Christmas Party. That's what it's called. And I've actually never been to the Not So Scary Halloween party. I've gone a few times. I've gone once during their Christmas season, but I never got tickets to their special events. This is not ominous at all. I've never been to any of their ticketed events at Disney. And so what that means is that I couldn't get my hands on any of the Halloween or Christmas cards. Christmas cards I could get my hands on because they're more willing to give you a Christmas card than, a Not So Scary Halloween party card because, it's a special ticketed event where the Christmas cards are more, they're available at Christmas time, you just have to be in the park. And they should give it to you. But, yeah. So, I have the first ever Christmas card, which is Wayne and Lenny's, the two people from Prep and Landing, their card. And then I have the next year's Christmas card, which is Huey, Dewey, and Louie's Snowball Brigade, or something like that. And then I also have year 2 or 3 Halloween card. My uncle got me the card for the first Christmas event and the one Halloween event I have. But yeah, it's going away, and I'm missing Winnie the Pooh. And I know that, yeah, I possibly could just wait until someone sells their collection online, or see if anyone's selling just a Winnie the Pooh card. But I don't really want to do that method. I don't really know exactly why I don't want to, but it makes a lot more sense to me that I'd rather, buy a card pack and get the card than, trade for it. That's kind of more, not necessarily my old motto, when I was doing the thing but essentially, in my standard spell deck that I use to fight, do the little battles and stuff, all the cards in there should be mine. I'm saying should be because I don't remember, maybe young me when I was setting it up put a card in there that I didn't personally collect but I traded for, but I don't think that happened. I think all the cards that are in my spell deck, all 1 through 69, nice, are cards that I've attained myself. And I kind of want to keep with that method. Also, I bought 11 of the I think I either got or bought 11 to 12 of the at-home games. I think 11. Actually, wait, or is it 12? 11 to 12 of the at-home games. For my first 1 through 9 of them that I opened, I got a different legendary card. And then for the 10th pack that I opened, I got a Mushu. And I think the 12th pack that I opened, or the 11th, the next pack that I opened, I got a Hercules, I think. Yeah, it's behind me. It's in a drawer. Curiosity is killing me right now. I actually kind of want to go see if I have 1 or 2 Mushus. I should only have 1 Mushu, and I might have a second Hercules, but I'm not sure about the second Hercules. But yeah, so I was so close. 1 card off. And now I can't get my grubby little paws on it. Unless someone's going to sell the at-home version untouched. I mean, it's not going to be like the trading, the pin collections, because, pins are still around and they keep coming out with more pins and that kind of stuff. It's like pins, people are constantly trading for. It's constantly out. People will sell their pin collections and actually, get a pretty penny for it. This, it's going to be gone. They're not going to bring it back. They'll bring some better in its place. But it's like, besides for, yes, remember when this was a thing at Disney? That's all it's going to be. It's not going to be like, Oh, yeah, you have that? Oh, that's so valuable these days. Can I have your card collection, Dad? No, son. It's all for me. Or, son, this is a very rare collection of cards. Do not lose them. In 5 more years, they will net you a huge profit. You know?
Yeah.
Why is my spellbook at the very bottom? Why is my spellbook open? Why is it at the very bottom of the candy drawer?
Well, I am about to fall asleep.
Don't, the insanity's going to continue. Right after a word from our sponsors.
Completely Raid Shadow Legends? No. I've pretty much been, like, just completely kaput out for a while. And I desperately need to get to bed. So I've been up since 4.
I mean, yeah, you've been up. That Spider-Man meme was funny.
Thank you. That's the way it feels sometimes. Like, what? You're up? I'm gonna turn the PS4 on rest mode so that way it can be downloading everything. But yeah, so if you see me online, that's why. Although I don't know if rest mode will rest mode show it as online.
For a certain time, actually no. If you go on rest, it should be grayed out.
Huh. Anyway.
Okay, I only have one Mushu. That's why you heard a drawer noise. I was literally checking my cards.
Alright, I'm gonna leave the party and sleep.
Okay. Good night,
be on
pal.
tomorrow night. So, alright. Good night.
Good night. Okay, yeah, I might have a... I'm literally looking through my card set right now. How do I actually have them situated? Is it numerical? No, it is not. I'm sorry, I've gotten majorly distracted by talking about Sorcerer's Magic Kingdom. I don't even know how I set it up anymore. Well, I mean, some of these do make sense. Oh, that's how I set it up. I set it up combo-wise. So literally my first 2 cards, when you open the deck, not cards that I actually used, are Apprentice Mickey's Broomsticks and Yin Sid's Sorcerer's Hat. Below it is Buzz Lightyear Astro Blaster and Woody Cowboy's Lasso. And then below that is Eve Laser Blast and Wally Trash Crunch. And then we flip all the way to the back to the cards I actually used, which was literally all the legendary cards. And I think it often picked... I know it often picked Mushu, Finn McMissile, and I do remember Errol's attack being often. But the 2 cards I used literally every single battle that I would prefer being used, Wayne and Lenny's Ornament Barrage, and Huey Dewey's Louie's Snowfort Barricade, which is the 2nd seasonal card and the 4th seasonal, right? Is that 4th? And the 4th seasonal card. And I have the 5th seasonal card. I think the 6th was either Olaf or Elsa. And then the year after, it was the other. If I'm not mistaken. And I didn't go to Disney, or none of my family went to Disney during that time. Unfortunately, I have no one that I can contact who's currently in the area. Like, hey, could you just drop by the Emporium inside Magic Kingdom for me? Yeah, I need you to pick up all the remaining spell card at-home sets you can get your hands on. Because I just need one. I literally have one space. Instead of the first... Because I don't have the first holiday card, which would have been Halloween Party. No, it literally goes... It's a spot for Winnie the Pooh, number 70. Lightning Bolt, number 70 of 70. Oops, sorry, just hit my mic on my shoulder. Yeah, I have a spot for him. Can you hear that? I'm tapping his spot. Beside him would be Wayne and Lenny. Also, I have just a mountain of Huey, Dewey, and Louie cards. I think I might have 4 in my trade. Why do I have 5? I thought I either put all of them or 4 in there. Why do I have 5? Yeah, if you can't tell, I've gotten very sidetracked right now. Oh, okay. Let me count how many Huey, Dewey, and Louie cards I have. 1, 2. Really? I only have 9. That's not right. I should have more of Huey, Dewey, and Louie. Well, I mean, the 9 does make sense, right? I would have had, I think, 9 people going to Disney at the same time. And at that time, it would have been my mom, my dad, and my sister. No, I would have had more. Because at that point, it wasn't the Magic Band system. It was still the card. Like, a physical card. Like, you hand in your ticket card. And they just swipe them through. I mean, it does make sense because the days that we weren't at Magic Kingdom, it would literally, I think, I got my mom and I to just park hop over there to Magic Kingdom just so I could get cards that day. I mean, we would always go, if we had park hopper, we would at least visit Magic Kingdom at least once. I think normally nighttime, and so we would have tried to take as many cards with us, saying, "Hey, yeah, Sorcerer's of Magic Kingdom time. Give us your cards." Not, but I should have more because I think 10 people. I should at least have 10 cards. Well, wait. Did my grandmother go into the park? That's the only question. Because if my grandmother didn't go into the park, that means we would have only had 9 tickets on hand. Which explains the 9 cards I have. 4 cards in my trading book. And 5 cards just storage in my deck. In my spellbinder. Which is weird for me. Why 5? That does not make sense. Knowing me, why 5? Do I need to fix it? I don't know. I need to fix it. But why 5? This guy was on the very back. Why 5? If you don't know, I tend to do things in groups of 4. A little bit OCD about that. I actually do have OCD. I don't think it's probably a minor OCD, but diagnosis. I don't remember. Haven't seen the diagnosis. I think I got it when I was 3. Weird. Woo! I like this gun. Gun goes burr. That's about 3-4 seconds. For 32 bullets, that is impeccable. But yeah, so why 5? I can't get my head over that. Why 5? I mean, maybe it's just because Is it possible that I got 5 cards in one day for the first day and put them all in my spell deck and then decided, you know what, I'll put some in my trading deck just to be sure. And so I would have had 9 cards in my spell deck, and or maybe the little card holders for the spell deck were really tight with all 9, so I decided, okay, I'll just take a few and put them in my trading card deck. Yeah, I have 2 big booklets of cards. One which is an official Sorcerer's Magic Kingdom Spellbinder. And the other, that's literally just a standard, like, flimsy green folder. You know, like one of the flimsy 3-punch folders. Yeah, one of those. I have an official Spellbinder and a flimsy binder. The flimsy binder is my trading set. It has a ton of cards in there. And all those cards, they're not categorized by number. No, no, no. They're categorized by alignment. So hero cards, animal cards, monster cards, fairy cards, princess cards. And I think legendaries are just on their own in the back. Because, I mean, they're legendary. Legendary and seasonal are on their own in the back. Because they're legendary and single. And seasonal, so it's not like you're going to get your hands on many of those. But yeah, yeah, I've started obsessing over that now. Sorry that the last, like, 10 minutes were nothing but that. It is a really fun game. I'm really sad that it's going out. Something that I actually could see them doing is this final weekend that the game's available. If they haven't already shut off all the servers and whatnot that they need to actually run it. Which I don't think they have. But here's what I'm... Because, you know, it's Disney, right? They might do something special, right? Like, I thought I heard that at Disneyland Paris, when the Rock and Roller Coaster was getting closed to become part of the Avengers theme stuff, that something special happened for the last ride. I don't know what. I mean, also there's like the Ellen's Energy Pavilion thing, where the last ride of Ellen's Energy ride, which was a trackless coaster that had a lot of different scenes. The last rides, they let the people get out and actually walk around the course, the track, particularly in the dinosaur room. So, I mean, I could foresee Disney doing something along that line. Maybe giving out a special card or something like that. Possibly. That's what I could foresee, right? And I'm not there to get that card. Am I a little salty about that? Kind of. Okay, fine. I'm kind of salty. But, I mean, I was going to play it this summer, but Rona came in the way. Did my stream crash? No, the stream's still up. I think YouTube bugged out for a minute. On my end, on my phone's end. Because it said video not found, but then, you know, I easily got back up. Weird. But, yeah. You know what? I am kind of bummed that I didn't get to play it towards the end of its cycle, right? I'm also really bummed that I didn't get the final card in the set. You know, literally have every other card, every single card except for the seasonal cards, because those came afterwards and you had to be at Disney during special limited events. And for Halloween, you had to have physical tickets to the Halloween party. If you didn't have tickets to the Halloween party, no go. They'll kick you out of the park as it comes time to, as night starts to fall, as the sun starts to set. They'll check your tickets. If you don't have tickets, they'll usher guests out of the park who aren't for the Halloween event. I've had that happen before. Bit of a sad memory now, because that was the last time I went to Disney with my mom. Yeah. One day I'll take her to the park. When I have a job, and I'll definitely try to take her to the park if I can, right? But, yeah. But yeah, that got a bit sad, sorry. Where was I going? But so yeah, you know, you didn't have a ticket for the event, you didn't get the card. The Christmas event was different. I think there was actually a special line. I think my uncle said that he actually stood in line to get the first like Christmas card, the Wayne and Lenny's Ornament Barrage. I think he said he actually stood in a line in downtown Disney or something like that. I forget. But yeah, So essentially, I'm counting those as bonus points. The main cards that I see that matter and count are the standard deck to me, the 1 through 70. Because those cards, you could come in summer, spring, Christmas, fall, any time of year. You go up to the place, one of the recruitment centers, either in the fire station or behind the ornament shop in Liberty Square, and you get a pack of cards. In those cards, you had a chance to get any of the 1 through 70. You had 0% chance to get any of the holiday cards. But you had a chance. You could get a legendary card in the standard deck. It was a lightning bolt card, which essentially means like legendary value or ultra rare, depending on who you ask. I call it legendary, but I think online it's called ultra rare. But come on, it's legendary. But to get a legendary card, it's a very, very low percentile. Because there are 70 cards in the deck, and the cards have their own unique value, right? You have commons, uncommons, rare, and then the ultra rare or legendary cards. I'm saying or legendary cards because like I just said, lightning bolt cards to me are legendary because you can literally, you have a very low % chance of actually getting one. There was one way to guarantee that you got a legendary card, and that was to buy the at-home set, which was literally, I actually have a few in my drawer because I got a few, and what it was is, it's a little board. It's a board game, essentially. You could play it as a board game where you and your family would get the cards and then team up to defeat a bad guy by taking turns, drawing dice, essentially. That kind of stuff. Drawing, not dice, but little tokens. And in it, the at-home set, you have a guaranteed chance for an ultra rare card, one of the lightning bolt cards. Yeah. I got a duplicate of one of those. And I'm actually not necessarily mad about getting a duplicate. I'm just upset that, I got a duplicate and I never finished the standard deck of cards. If I finished the standard deck of cards and got a duplicate, I would be fine with that. Okay, yeah, he has Ghost. He bailed. Okay. But yeah. Oh! Okay. I wasn't paying attention. But yeah, if I was able, technically, no. That's still what. Wait a second. This doesn't line up, right? Because I'm pretty sure I've gotten 2 duplicates. Did it come out of the pack? I must have put it in the trading card set, like I did with the other Mushu. But when I pulled them out, a lot of them were actually, a few of them from different places in this deck were hanging out. Literally inside my drawer, willy-nilly, not in the set. I'm actually going through them right now. There's a... No, wait, I put that card there. Never mind. Probably need to get rid of this stuff. It's like older candy that you didn't eat. Okay, I thought I had... Ooh, that map. Fun. And that. Okay. Everything's semi-back to normal. More or less. I really thought I got 2 duplicates. Because I remember going to Disney, and I remember somehow convincing my parents, essentially, or grandparents, somehow. I don't remember how. Okay, it was over a couple trips. But I want to say that the first trip, or the first cycle, I did actually get about, like, maybe somehow? I don't know how. But I got 10 of the at-home sets. That's what I want to think. And then, another time I went, I rode a ride that I was scared of, and there was an incentive behind it, like, okay, if you ride this, you can either get this or that, and I'm pretty sure, okay, I'm not 99, I'm 100% sure that I got a spell card set. So, I remember, the first set that I opened, the first set of 10, I got a Mushu. I got 2 Mushus. But then there's that second time that I got one. Like a year or so later. And that would be another duplicate. Unless, okay, here's the only thing that would make sense. For some reason, I decided to trade it with someone, or more or less give it to them. That's the only thing that makes sense. I gave the card to someone else. Which, I mean... Yeah, probably. So I have gotten 2 duplicates. The problem is I no longer have the other duplicate. I only have the Mushu now. Which I'm glad I have that duplicate over, I think it was Hercules. I like, Disney character-wise, I like Mushu over Hercules. Well, that was weird. The color didn't render in. That's weird. Yeah. I mean, Dragon! I don't do that tongue thing. Come on, it's Mushu. Mushu's awesome. So, yeah. I mean, Hercules isn't bad. It's just, if I had to choose a spell card, Hercules or Mushu, I'd probably go with Mushu. I mean, who doesn't want a dragon on their team? I mean, you could also say who doesn't want the son of Zeus on their team. But, we all know the real answer, dragon. Right? Plus, Mushu was funny. Someone else was the comic relief character, not Hercules. Mushu and Cricky, the cricket, were comic relief characters in Mulan. But they were powerful. But yeah, so, yeah. I'm missing Winnie the Pooh. I can't buy the packs online. And I have a strong... Not desire, the opposite of desire. Uh, a strong disdain of trading for cards to be in my deck, right? Because all the cards, I think, if I look, I need to figure out exactly where. But it's the Hunchback of Notre Dame, which was the very first card that I got. I mean, I got 5 cards at once, but it was literally the card that I used over and over again when I was first playing. The Hunchback of Notre Dame. I need to read the. I'll read in a minute. I'll read the exact title of the card, but. Ooh, thermal, nice. And I know that's the one because I remember that one of the top corners actually had a little crease in it. Probably I made it. But yeah. I'm missing Winnie the Pooh. And I don't want to buy it off of a stranger on the internet and make it a part of my set. I want to find it myself. But that's probably not going to happen. The only way that could happen is more or less, somehow Disney couldn't get rid of all of their Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom stuff. And I just so happen to be like, excuse me, you wouldn't still happen to have Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom card packs, would you? And of course they would say, no, we don't. Imagine they're like, you know what? Yeah, we actually do. We couldn't get rid of like 5 packs. Ooh, okay, here's another thing. There are Disney outlet stores that have like, I think maybe some discontinued items or stuff like that, right? Or for some, I don't know what those stores have. But imagine it's like Disney couldn't get the cards, so they decided, I mean, at that point, the value of those cards would plummet because, with the card game gone, why would anyone want the pack of cards? I mean, I've never played that home game, but I mean, besides for that, it's like these are just going to be a collector's item, and other than that, they have like no value. But I really want Winnie the Pooh, and I don't think I know anyone at the park currently, and no one would probably be willing to buy it for me. Plus, I couldn't say, like, hey, will you buy this for me? I'll pay you back. I mean, I would eventually pay them back, but I couldn't pay them back right now because all the money that I currently have in my account, which is all the money I have, is going to tuition. I might try to see if I can ask my mom for some money. I don't really want to do that, though. But I mean, if I do, I don't really want to do that. But you know what I mean, right? I missed. There should be a faster way up over here. But yeah, so yeah, I've just gone on a rant about Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom. Some might say oof. And I would say oof for those people. Because they probably wouldn't say, I don't know. I'm gonna miss that game. It was so much fun. I really enjoyed it. Like, I remember one time, like, literally, my mom, like, my dad and sister would go ride rides, but my mom, she would just hang back with me because I wanted to go play the game, and she would be like, okay, I'll go with you. And her and I would play the game. She would walk around with me while I was going from point to point. I remember one time I just finished up. I beat the final boss of the Adventureland area, and I need to go. Uh, I want to say to Fantasyland, but a parade had started, and because of the parade, if you're in Adventureland, there's actually no way out of Adventureland when the parade happens, right? You're very limited on your mobility when the parade starts at Adventureland because everywhere else besides going and actually even then you would have to catch the tail end of the parade or go in front of the parade. Tail end of the parade because then like Frontierland would be no way. Where does the parade start? Does it? I want to say the parade starts in Frontierland and goes to Main Street USA. If that's the case, then in if you're fast enough, you can get to Main Street USA by walking through the crowd. By the time you're out of the crowd, you should be in front of it, and then you can walk and get to Tomorrowland. There's actually no Sources of the Magic Kingdom in Tomorrowland because, I mean, it makes sense because Sources of the Magic Kingdom deals with magic, and Tomorrowland is more technology, not magic. Besides for Stitch, that actually is what they could have done, right? They could have actually had, I wouldn't say Stitch as the bad guy, but like Stitch as maybe because Stitch was in Tomorrowland, right? The Great Stitch Escape was in Tomorrowland, so you could literally have Stitch be your guide for that section. Is what they could have done. They didn't, so there was no area in Tomorrowland that had a portal. So Tomorrowland was a giant void for the game in the park. So if you want, so yeah. But I remember being I couldn't continue on to the next area, and so my mom and we just rode Aladdin's Magic Carpet ride. I remember that. It's a good memory. But yeah. Yeah, it's a bummer it's going out. I have many fond memories of playing that. And I mean, if it was still out when I was and I went like if it was still out next year, what would probably happen is I'd probably spend the entire day going by myself around the park. So, when I was younger, I had to go with a parent because little kid, Disney alone. Not the best thing in the world, right? A little kid could get lost and all that. I could have gotten lost. So, I had to go around with a parent kind of deal. No, I didn't get the C4 off in time. I think if I got the C4 off, I would have killed him. Okay, this is going to be... I might play one more game after this, but then I need to get to bed. If I get to bed, I'm probably going to stay up a little bit longer on my phone. And procrastinate sleeping, but for the most part, I'll be getting bed soon. I do want to try do a stream in the morning. But I'd say I'd say don't really count on it because knowing me, if I wake up in the morning and I like don't have the drive to do it, like yeah, I was gonna do that, but I didn't go to sleep until X, and so I only had Y hours of sleep. I'm not gonna want to wake up, and I'm gonna be just give me one more hour of sleep, and then I'm not gonna wake up. I mean, I know myself, right? And that's a total me thing to do. And it's happened before. So, yeah. So, I'm going to try to do it. The main thing will be drive in the morning, right? I'll set my alarm to 8:30 maybe. I mean, counter argument. Just don't go to sleep at all and just have a lot of coffee in the morning. And I mean, that's a valid idea. And I've actually thought about that today. Because when I end up going to bed in the morning, I'm like, whenever I decide to go to bed, I'm like, I'm not really that tired. I need to go to bed because I need to wake up in a few hours and I should get some rest. But normally I'm not that tired, right? I'm yawning now, but I'm normally not yawning then, or at least not heavily yawning. So it's like, kind of thing, right? It's not like, right? So, eventually that's not gonna be healthy, right? You can only stay up so many consecutive days in a row before it turns bad, right? I don't know the specific amount of hours of wakefulness you need to have in a constant row to be bad. It's gonna be more than 48 hours. There's a certain... I don't know. I think there is actually... you could actually die from sleep deprivation, I think. If not die, go extremely loopy. And I kinda need to be in my senses for school. Because I can't do bad this year or else, I lose a big scholarship. And I can't get that scholarship back, I don't think. And I need scholarships to survive college. Because I don't want to go into debt. And I don't have a free ride thing. So, I have to apply for scholarships and I'll have to take it on merit and that kind of stuff. And decide if I'm worthy of them paying me money. Alright? It's like, they're not gonna pay you money if they think that you'll just flunk out of college or drop out, right? If they think that you're gonna be in college for a long time, yada yada yada, they're probably gonna be willing to... They think, if they see that you are doing well, they're gonna pay you money, because it's like, okay, this dude is smart, or this person's smart, they're getting good grades, and from this essay that they wrote this, plus these letters of recommendations, they have really good merit, right? They were in the honors society of in their high school. They've done this, that, and that. They helped puppies. They volunteer their time, yada yada yada. They have a lot of good merit. They have a lot of good qualities. We're gonna pay them, right? They're a safe bet, right? They're not... What they're looking for is they're looking for a safe bet, because they're gonna spend like several $100s, up to $1,000 or more, depending on what scholarship you're trying to get. And it varies from, especially external scholarships, they're going to be a lot more, because it's like, they're actually losing money, right? They're paying you to go to a school, and they don't own the school, right? Schools technically lose out a little bit of money, but, I mean, if a school gives you tuition, or school's charging you tuition, but then they give you you know, a scholarship, a school scholarship, essentially for you, they're net zero. Well, yes, they're paying for you to go to school, you're also paying them. That's why you need the scholarship, to pay them. So, while for you, they're net zero, and or even slightly net positive, because you might be paying for stuff, like, internally. Like, you might go to a football game, that kind of stuff, right? But businesses, they just lose a lot of money. They might have a deal with the school or something like that, I don't know. But essentially, if a school thinks, if an external company thinks, okay, yeah, this person's gonna be a safe bet, say get the scholarship, if we pay them, they're going to use it on school and not go and drop out or whatever. They're smart, they're making their grades, they're doing this, that, and another, they're a safe bet. It's, for them, it's zero risk. If they find a safe bet, it's a lower risk, and they're going to be more likely to do it on a lower risk person. Risk meaning, like, are they going straight away and like, oh yeah, I have all this money now, let me just party and my grades are going to plummet? Or are they going to actually, study hard and be a good student? That's what they're looking at. The good students are the safe bets. Like, okay, if we give them the scholarship money, they're going to be in college, they're going for this degree, yada yada yada, you know what I mean, right? Or I'm probably not making sense, but I'm making some sense. That didn't make sense at all. But you know what I mean. I want to see if I can, no, okay. Unless, does it say anywhere? No, it doesn't show if it's Modern Warfare or not while it's in your inventory. You have to have it on the ground to tell you what game it's from. But, so I don't want to go into debt, right? And technically right now, I have way less debt than my sister has. She actually went out of state, and out of state, if you're in state, tuition's a bit less. But when you go to school out of state, out of the state you're in, then that's going to cost you a bit more. So, I'm in state, so plus I already have one scholarship, so that's actually helping, like, my tuition a lot. I mean, there's one thing that I could do to drop it down and get a full ride, but I don't want to join the military program. I mean, my friend's doing it. That's awesome on him. But that's not my area. I'm not the type of person that they want. Well, I mean, probably. Someone's hunting me and I'm getting closer. Star level max. Ooh, I actually kind of like this site. That's actually not that bad of a reticle. Mainly the point at the end. Like, it's a very thin middle point instead of a lot. Some of them which are, like, literally they take up the entire thing. So it looks like one solid block. My headset is max, right? Yeah. I don't know where they are. I need to get to that because... Okay, so here's the thing. I will have 32 more seconds. Once their recon goes off, since I'm no longer hunting, I'll have 32 seconds to finish my recon. I don't know where I want to position. I feel like this is worse. Okay, yeah, that was worse. I think I really should have just stayed in the room where I was, because he would have come up from that stairwell. I don't think he opened the door. If he did it crouching. Oh boy. That's so close. Oh, you actually have to manually get out of that chair. There we go. I know he didn't see me, so that's why I didn't want to rush to him. I still have 13 seconds to get to where I died. But the problem is, the person who killed me is still going to be there. That's going to be outside of zone. Is the zone closing in? Zone is not. It is in 50 seconds, so that's not worth it anymore. The only reason it's worth it is because I get loadout. The problem is I only have 50 bullets in my main gun, my Ram 7, but I would have a lot of bullets in my secondary. Killing more or doing more? I would have a lot of bullets in my secondary, a bit more bullets in my secondary, but it's still not, it's not worth it. Right, because it's closing in now. Well, in 7 more seconds it's closing in, but still. Why did it drop it so far away from me? The only reason I think is because Gulag actually took place underneath this area right here. Or somewhere over here is where Gulag actually took place. So I'm pretty sure Gulag is just... So the bounding box of the map, and then underneath the bounding box for the map, so lower half of the map, is where Gulag takes place. And Gulag is kind of mobile. It stays kind of wherever... Essentially wherever you die, you get put in the nearest Gulag. So that way, people are always loading Gulag, alive or dead. Gulag is still loaded in, so they don't have to loading times. Don't have tremendous loading times, because it's always loaded in. That's what makes sense. Yeah, it's closing in now. I mean, yeah, I possibly could have gone for it, but I would be running back right now, along with anyone who else is in this part of the map. So, you know, meaning I'm going to be running with a horde of people, and they might decide, you know what, I can get to that vehicle, let me kill this dude, and let me get on my way. In the vehicle that he's right beside, which for some reason he's not actually taking. Also, this gun's good. The only problem I see with it is it's 25 round mag. Can you get it? You can get him from downstairs. Nice. But so, you know, yeah, it's a good gun. It's a good gun. High rate of fire. Downside, it's a very low bullet capacity. I feel like there was a recon like right over in this zone. Now it's not, so they're gonna actually be pushing into this area. Let me go to this fire station, see if I can clear it out. I'll go with the Bison, it's got more bullets. Plus, I think it has a faster RPM, rounds per minute. Still showing on the map. I wonder when it'll despawn. My own syntax almost backfired and killed me. What primary were you using? You were using a custom. I'll use your custom. Just because it might be more in the meta. I haven't played Call of Duty in forever. This is the first time I've played it in, well, since, last time I actually played it on stream. So, I'm probably out of meta. I mean, I was never really in the meta before. But now I'm definitely not in the meta. 14. You're in the tower. Yeah. Either that or he's now below. Yeah, he's in there. Right, that's about 11 meters away. He's about 6. About... Oh, well, wait a second. It's vertical. Right? Yeah. The heartbeat's not vertical, but I think the ping is, right? Yeah, the ping's vertical. So he's for sure in the tower. I'm gonna get over to this gun store. One for ammo refill. Do that to kind of spook him. Still there. I'm doing this because I can get up on top and be at a little bit more cleaner elevation to fight. That's just a standard old gun. Does this actually have... Ooh, that's blurry because I think... Why is that so blurry? Someone's right below me now. They got ghost. Now let me go all the way down. He's in there. It's a stalemate. I don't know if he knows I'm here. Trophy system. There we go. No clue what that is. Ooh. Okay. It's a legendary gun, that's why I'm taking it. Ooh. It's loud. But ooh, it's pretty. Keep my head down. Do as I'm trained. Keep my head down. Ooh, I like when it's on rapid fire. Oh boy. So what's that, like fourth partied? No. Well, was that fourth party? I can't see through there. They've definitely changed some of their base stuff. Oh yeah, I killed that dude. I killed one of them. Killed two people actually. Let me see if I can see him on the map. No. He's in the hilltops. He's got ghost. I don't have ghost yet. When I get my perk, I will. When I get my loadout, I will. Plus, I'll have the Ram 7 as my primary. Three loadout drops over here. This is gonna be a hot area. There we go. I was about to gloat. I was about to gloat. I was about to gloat. But hey, Did I see him just teabag my corpse? We actually got a lot of XP. 5 kills. Pretty good. Pretty good. But yeah, I was about to start quoting, I think, The Princess Bride. You fully made a classic blunder. One of the classic blunders is not going into a land war in Asia, and the other classic blunder is not going against a Sicilian when death is on the line. I haven't heard that quote in a while, so I'm not exactly up to date on it. But I kind of... That's essentially the gist of the quote. That's the very short, brief version of the quote. But I was about to say that. And then I died. Yeah, the problem is that C4 detonated way too close to me. My own C4 detonated close to me, and I was in a sticky situation. I was at low ground, in the middle of nowhere. Absolutely no cover, not even smoke for vision denial. So I was absolutely in a bad spot. And I was actually going to run to that bridge where the dude killed me. I was running towards him because that was the only safe spot I could see. It was either that or get up on a ridge. But I needed to get higher ground because higher elevation, you are at a slightly better tactical advantage than your opponents. Not a lot, but slightly better. Just because, with higher elevation, you're low cover. So, if you think about it, if you're looking down, if you're looking up on a hill, or let's say, no, let me, first, level playing ground, right? A cover that comes up to your chest will only cover your chest, right? If you're crouching behind the cover, maybe your head will not be hit, right? But now let's say let's say about a 3-foot cover, you can hide behind this 3-foot cover while crouching, but while standing it only covers half of you. Now let's say a smaller cover that really covers a lot less, and you have to go prone to be completely protected by it. But if you're crouching, your shoulders and head will be exposed. Now, so that was at a flat 0 degrees slope. Now let's give it a 45-ish degree slope. And now that half cover to you on high ground, to someone on low ground, that's actually going to be covering not halfway up your body, or 3 feet tall, but that's actually going to be hitting up to your shoulders, or even completely over your head without crouching. But for you, you can kind of still look down it, even. You can almost look on top of it and look over. To a degree, because at a certain point, at a certain angle, the advantage that you have vision of the other person when they don't have vision of you is lost. Because technically, if I can see you, you can look around, and you will have, even if it's the smallest, like just with even if it's just like my nose to the top of my head, right? So maybe about, I don't want to even try to guess that, maybe about closer to a half a foot ish. That's about half a foot. I don't know. Any measurements I have in here? I got the mugs. Oh, sorry. Let's see. I have a Fresh Market thing of, peach gummy peaches, about 3/4 of, or let me turn this around so I'm not, Uh, net weight is 715. So that gives you about the estimate, not including the lid, so just the base of it. Uh, that's still a little bit over my head. Now let me just take the lid because it's a box. So, about the lid of Fresh Market Gummy Peaches at net weight of 0.715 pounds. Why did I have to get that specific? I don't know. I just really wanted to say that. So, if I can see you, and so that's how much space you're working with, right? I'm going to stare at the container again for a brief second, see if it gives me any measurements on the box. It does not. Bummer. Because if it did, then I would tell you. If I can see you, then you can see this amount of space vertically. That's not the entire space that you can see. But let's say, if my head leans out around the corner, and I can see you, you can see my head leaning around the corner. So there's a certain angle where you can still see, but it's very slim for the other person to see you. So technically, high ground and low ground, there's not much. But here is one huge difference, right? On low ground, half the 3 feet cover that I mentioned before, that had half of your body, or all your body if you're crouching, to a person on high ground, crouching still leaves you half exposed. You have to actually be lower than crouching to actually get benefits of the cover, because at high ground, they can shoot over your cover. So unless you are hiding behind a tree, hiding behind a rock, you actually have less cover behind the rock than hiding behind a tree, because the tree goes vertical. And that is my rambling for the night. I was going, you know how every night I don't want to wrap up streams, so I just kind of talk and talk and talk, and eventually start losing my point, and just slowly go down the rabbit hole of insanity to a certain degree. Yeah. Well, technically not insanity, but whatever. Yeah, that was pretty much what I just did. But yeah, so, like I said, not technically like I said, but yeah, in that situation, I want to either get underneath the bridge or to higher cover. And I was literally at one of the lowest points of the map. The only lower point of the map is down at by port. The dry canals at port. That is the absolute lowest point on the map. Other than that, I was at the lowest point of the map for my area. So, I was stuck. I would have good zone. I would have good placement in zone as it started to collapse. But I would have poor cover and poor rotation. I want to get up higher into the tree line because then I have good cover and I can easily rotate through trees. And as long as I can get from one tree to the next relatively quickly, people shooting at me, they're only going to land a few shots, maybe break one plate of armor, or even half of the plate of armor, half a plate to a full plate of armor, when I can get from one tree to the next. So, I was really in a bad position, but say I love you. So yeah, all of that, just to say I want to get to a better cover position. Yeah, I know I probably could have simplified it a lot. But whatever. But yeah. So I need to be wrapping up. It's 1:33 in the morning Eastern Standard Time, which is the time zone I'm in. I need to be go in bed. I'm going to try to do an early stream in the morning for a few hours. I make no promises of being able to do that, so if not, then expect to see me about 9 p.m. tomorrow. I don't know what platform I'll be playing on. But yeah. So, and I actually don't I could play Call of Duty tomorrow morning or night, or I could play Tarkov morning and or night. So if I do stream in the morning, that's going to be a bonus stream. But if not, expect to see me about 9 to 10. 10 being the latest I'll try to start. I'll try to start before that by any measure of time. So I'll probably try to start around 9 p.m. tomorrow. Maybe at the earliest. I don't want to say earliest because, if I get everything I need to do done tomorrow and whatnot, and I decide, you know what, let me hop on and do a little bit longer stream, then I'll decide to do that, but that is, there's another word for up in the air that I was going to use, but I don't know. I forgot it. But right now, set in stone. That's what I was going to say. Right now, nothing's set in stone. Start time wise, and bonus stream wise. So, but I'll definitely see you guys tomorrow. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, please leave a like. If you want to see more from me, please subscribe. And to stay up to date with what I do, please ring that notification bell. Thank you guys so much for watching. And remember, take it easy.